us to have some medical knowledge, right? And today we're gonna have an exchange, a colonoscopy, and we will have Dr. Zeng Zhiwei with us right now, who did a poster for him, and we have the graphic designers from Thailand. And today let's take a look at the young Dr. Zeng, and let's learn something about him through the videos. And because when we take a video a footprint, and we will know more about this young doctor. And this is Dr. Zeng Zhiwei, who is gonna be with us today. And this is a great chance that I can share what the Dalin Hospital has for a patient with a rheumatology disease, right? And we can just share our experience with other doctors in other hospitals, right? And everybody, you know that doctors are professional in their medical fields, right? And actually, in 2018, that we have a norovirus that really hurts a lot of children there. So about this part, we have a very a detailed report on Dai TV. And if the person goes to the bathroom and does not wash hands, right? And the next person who contacted him would be infected the norovirus, right? And today we are going to talk about water exchange colonoscopy today. And let's take a look through the video, and you will know more about what it is all about. And this is a patient that takes the water exchange colonoscopy, and I was found the blood in my intestine, and I therefore did a colonoscopy. And intestine cancer is the #1 cancer that kills Taiwanese people. And in Dalin Hospital Jiayi, they offer patients to do such examination free. And if they are diagnosed with cancer, and it is usually too late, but with our technology, and they can be cured in a very early stage of their disease. And today, and he has a wonderful visual aids. And today, and through his visual aids, and we will know more about not only the doctor, but also what the colonoscopy is, right? And ladies and gentlemen, I like to be with you because you have a positive energy. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Zeng Zhiwei, please. Thank you. And venerable Master Zheng and the masters from the abode and everybody in the world, thank you for staying with me. And today I am going to be introducing to you what water exchange colonoscopy is and what we have been doing recently. And when we are doing something, and we need a team. And we also have a lot of team that share experiences that we need a teamwork and a lot of efforts all together so we can complete one task. And today I'm going to do you a report about what we have been doing. Let me tell you, not what I'm doing. This is all about what we have been doing. And this is about a teamwork. And we have staff members, and we have doctors within us, right? And we have a high quality colonoscopy. And because 3 years ago, and we have a lot of cancer in Taiwanese people. And as you can see, we are afraid of stomach cancer, breast cancer, etc. But before patients are diagnosed cancer, and it is usually too late, especially a colon cancer. And actually it kills Taiwanese people, okay, in a very dangerous rate, #1, okay, within 14 years, all right. And of course, like we also have a breast cancer that also kills many people. But intestine cancer is number one that kills the most Taiwanese people. And usually we ask ourselves, like, through what method can we reduce the rate of intestine cancer? And we have a period of time that may change inside your intestine, and it usually begins with adenoma. And in the early stage, it was just like an early adenoma. And if we do something, before it happens, and it won't turn into the cancer. So we need a high quality scopy, a colonoscopy, so we can prevent cancer from happening. And we can remove the adenoma, and then patients will just get healthier, so cancer won't happen. So this is very important. And through the past studies, and we learned that in 2014, and in a very, very famous medical journal, and we learned that in the United States, that if we are if we are examined that we have adenoma, and the rate is like 1% in adenoma, and it means that it is really likely that the colon cancer will happen. But if we do the early stage prevention, and we can reduce it by at least 3%, so the polyp is kind of a sign for us to know whether the colonal cancer is going to be happening or not, so we can reduce the depth of such cancer. And you must think that, colonoscopy is such a painful thing for patients, right? However, do you know that we really have different qualities in the colonoscopy? And the study is very interesting, when I share you the study. And it says that we have the doctors will do the colonoscopy for the first time, and then we have the second doctor who does the same thing, and see how many percent would be remained in the intestine. And let me tell you, it's just like a 26% adenoma in your body. It was really surprising, 26% of the adenoma remains in your intestine. So this is really horrible, because through all the examination, we never found any bit of it, right? And you would think that whether the adenoma is kind of small, smaller than a centimeter, and we just miss it out. But actually, no. It is because of the equipment, right? And through the second examination, and maybe more adenoma will be found, but we say it's not 100%. Therefore, the quality again of the colonoscopy is very important and significant, for patients, and it can really help my patients. And because of this, in Taiwan or abroad, and we have a quality index of colonoscopy, and in the American Society of Gastrointestinal Endoscopy, and we hope that we can find out the adenoma by 3% of the reduction. And this is kind of a correct number, and it all tells us that with the high quality of a colonoscopy, and we can exactly help my patients there. And since like we have such like a requirement, and we have to consider one situation, that is like how we can find like adenoma earlier or help a patient to remove all the adenoma before the cancer patients, before the cancer happens. And this is a good chance for us that 20 years ago, like we had like doctors from the United States that came over to Taiwan and help us learn the so-called water exchange colonoscopy. And through water infusion, then we can help patients comfortably examine their, and we learn such like a new quality of the like a water exchange, like a colonoscopy carefully, so we could just do something and find more like adenoma inside patient's body. Well, what is like a water exchange colonoscopy? Actually, as we say, that we infuse water into like a patient's like an intestine, and as we infuse water in, and we just extract like a dirty water out, right? And you will know that the intestine was therefore is clear for cleaned, right? And if we use the traditional infraction method, and we just infuse air inside, and it makes patients really uncomfortable, and it cannot really clean like intestines inside the patient's body. So water exchange, like a colonoscopy, is really, really helpful. And if we withdraw the equipment from the intestine, then we will learn the like a small like a changes and small like a factors that may happen or may turn into the cancer, okay, from the intestine of one patient. And as I said, the infraction method, which was a traditional one, will just inflate the intestine, and it will make patients very, very uncomfortable. And our team also observed this, right? And as you can see in the chart, right? Okay, the blue part is like a water exchange part, and the green one is like an infraction method. And you will see that uncomforted rate is really, really higher in the green part than the blue part, right? Okay, and the water exchange really reduced like a 50% of like an uncomforted rate, right? Okay, and unfortunately, like a 24% of a patient uses like an infraction method, while only 6.7% apply the water exchange one. It is really, really sad, right? Okay. And let's also compare the last chart of this is the sitcom insertion rate. And the blue part is, of course, better than the green part, right? So we know that the water exchange one can reduce the pain and reduce the rate of anesthesia, and it is safer and it is better for patients. And I also mentioned that water exchange colonoscopy is that we just insert like a clean water into patient's body, and we can also clean the intestine of the patients, right? And it is better than the inflation one that just pumps into the air into the intestine, and the air doesn't help clean the intestine. Oh, therefore, and we cannot clean, of course, the adenoma out. And such a cleansing method, okay, applying like a water exchange is really helpful to find like a adenoma, and we can have like a 10% more of the chance to find out the adenoma. And what does my 10% mean? And if we can find 1% of the adenoma, okay, and we can reduce 3% of the colonal cancer, and this is a wonderful news. And we can reduce the death of a rate greatly. And this is really helpful to our patients. And we are really doing something on this, right? And so far, till last year, and we did a water exchange one for more than 1,300 patients. And here the chart shows the results that 52% uses this method, and we still have 20% that apply inflation method. And compared with other medical centers in Taiwan, they still apply very high in a high rate that uses an inflation rate. And we really do a good job, to prevent the adenoma or the colonal cancer from happening, and this is a good result as I show you here,
And compared to the water exchange colonoscopy in South Korea and other Asian country, the detection rate in our city hospital, the detection rate is still higher than those other hospitals in Asian. Now, when we compare the detection rate of adenoma in our center, and we found that the detection rate is higher than the international rates. And you can see and you might be surprised why our detection rate is higher than the international detection rate of adenoma. Of course, we appreciate Master Zheng's support and the support from city volunteers all over the world. Because of your support, and so we could purchase the most advanced equipment, and also we could learn the most advanced techniques, and also with your encouragement, so we could be empathy to the pain to the suffering of the patients. And that's why all the with the advanced technology, and we could benefit our patients. And we could reduce the pain after the after we use the water exchange colonoscopy. We could reduce the abdominal pain after the screening. And water exchange colonoscopy is right now in Taiwan, is already past 50% at medical centers. They could perform this colonoscopy techniques. And we could, and there's another benefit that we use a water exchange benefit. Under the water, we use the under the water, we remove the polyps, and so that we could remove a bigger area of polyps. And also when we use the water exchange endoscopy under the water, we reduce the risk of intestine proliferate, and also that we can reduce the time that we inserted the instrument into the anus into patient's app, and also that we could pick up the polyps and cut it off and remove the polyps, and we keep pumping in the water so that we could reduce the heat damage, and also we could keep the intestine lumen to be clean at all time, and so that we could remove a larger area of polyps. So after we remove the polyps, and we could remove the polyps safely. And in the past, the polyps with this big size, we used to have to perform surgery, but now with the water exchange colonoscopy techniques, we could use just the scope instrument inserted into the anus, and we could reduce the risk of surgery. And we could use the water exchange colonoscopy. We could reduce the damage by the heat, and we could increase the detection rate of adenoma. So we could reduce the bleeding, the water exchange colonoscopy, the bleeding incidence is greatly decreased by other methods like the inflated method of colonoscopy. So it is very beneficial to use this advanced water exchange colonoscopy to reduce the pain and increase the detection of the adenoma. And in the international publisher, we found that 6 journals that reported patients suffering greatly reduced using water exchange colonoscopy. And also there are reports about studies about AI technologies that used in the colonoscopy area, so that we could be more precise, and we could perform the more precise polyps removal. And in Taiwan, Tzu Chi Hospital Medical Center is the only medical center participated in the International Water Exchange Colonoscopy Forum, and we exchange our experience with the other medical center internationally. So Tzu Hospital Medical Center has become the only research center of water exchange colonoscopy in Taiwan, and we are promoting this water exchange colonoscopy techniques to other medical centers. And we hope that we will be able to benefit more patients and reduce their pain, and also increase the detection rate of adenoma. And we hope that after this discussion forum of water exchange colonoscopy, and the doctors and medical professions, they will be able to learn this new technology, and they will be able to advance their techniques so that they could reduce the suffering and pain after the colonoscopy. And that's the main goal of that. We hope that we could help the medical professions in Taiwan. And not only we have the most advanced equipment that imported from other country, we also cooperate with Zhiwei University, and we use AI to assist in our clinical detection. And sometimes when it's very hard for doctor to detect and find out from use their eyes to find the very tiny polyps. Maybe with the assistance of AI, it will be easier to detect even very tiny polyps. And so that we hope that by combination of AI into this water exchange colonoscopy, we will be able to detect the adenoma at a very so that it won't develop in the future into the colon cancer. So, but introducing the combining all the technology and use the wisdom to increase the quality of our medical team and their technology, that we will be able to benefit more patients. We very appreciate Dr. Zeng. His sharing is very professional and very informational. We are very grateful that doctors here to do the sharing from their expertise area, so that we will be able to gain knowledge, so that we will have more opportunity to maintain the good health. And thank you. This Dr. Chen, he's sharing. Liu Chunzhi from Changchun, Dalin, from Dalin Hospital, promoting Dr. Zeng promoting water exchange colonoscopy. He is like a water that purify the suffering and the comforting the people's mind. and very grateful that Tzu Hospital always advance their technology to take care of patients and to reduce. The doctors at Tzu Hospital try their best to reduce suffering and pain from using the most advanced technology. And thank you. If you like this sharing, please give us a thumb up and share this video with your friends. And the last section.
好，那我们最后一个单元是我们的